Hello, 7th graders! Welcome to TV High, the School on the Air program of Tagum City National High School. We are glad to be with you in this new normal journey of schooling through radio broadcast. I am your teacher host, Teacher Yvette Antoinette D. Villarosa from Tagum City National High School. Now, get yourself ready as we explore new and exciting lesson, particularly in Grade 7 MAPEH, Quarter 3, Lesson 1. Before we begin, I would like you to prepare your modules, your notebooks, and your pen, and be comfortably seated at the comfort of your homes. For today's episode, the topic will be brought to us by our teacher, broadcaster, Teacher Jodessa Mary Ann Santillana from Tagum City National High School.
Hello, our dear learners. How have you been doing? I hope you are all safe and healthy while watching our program. Now that you are all settled in your homes, bring out your pens, notebooks, and module. Are you ready? Now let us hear our learning objectives for today. Towards the end of this episode, you are expected to: first, examine the musical instruments of Mindanao and identify the musical instrument in Mindanao according to their classification. Before we begin with our discussion about the musical instrument of Mindanao, I want you to listen to an audio clip and tell what kind of musical instrument it is. Yes, you are correct. It is gong. To further understand the music of Mindanao and strengthen our cultural identity as Filipino, let us explore Mindanao and its musical instruments. Mindanao is the second largest island of the Philippines, consists of mostly Muslim or Moro people and non-Islamic indigenous groups of the Lumad people. Mindanao ethnic groups' musical practices reflect their diverse traditional traits. In the past, the musical instruments of Mindanao were used in relation to social gatherings and rituals describing the unique tradition and culture of the Magindanaoans. So here are the following instruments found in Mindanao according to their classification. First, we have chordophones or string instruments. String instruments are musical instruments that use string vibration and a resonator to create sound. Example, kudyapi. Other names, we have paglong of Bilaan, hagilong or higalong in Tibuli, kudlong or kudlung in Mansaka, kutyapi in Maranao, piyapi in Bukidnon, kutapi in Sobanin, fegrong in Tidoray, kuglong in Eta Manobo, kuglong in Bagubo, kudyapi in Maguindanao. Kudyapi is a two-string pluck lute instrument in Maguindanao that is made of wood which resembles an elongated guitar, usually having two strings. It varies in sizes but normally is about 1.5 meters long. Sirunga Gandhi, it is a musical instrument of the Maranao ethnic group. It is a guitar-like made of bamboo cut before one knot and after next. Two cords are slit close side by side from the outer skin fibers of the bamboo. A hole is then cut into the bamboo just under the two cords to serve as resounding holes. Another classification is aerophones or wind instruments. An aerophone is any musical instrument that produces sound primarily by causing a body of air to vibrate without the use of strings. Example, suling. Other names, lantay in Eta, kinsi in Bukidnon, dagoyong in Higanon, and babarak in Palawan. Suling is made mainly of tamyang bamboo, a long 10-walled bamboo tube. The mouthpiece of the suling is circled with a thin band made of rattan near a small hole. It is the ring float of Bilaan and Tiruray, Maguindanao, Samal, Tausog, and Yakan. The third classification is idiophone instruments. Idiophone instrument is any instrument that creates sound primarily by the vibration of the instrument itself. Example, kulintang. Other names, kulintang in Bilaan, subanon in Maguindanao, Maranao, Samal, and Jama. Klintang in Tibuli, while kwintangan in Yakan. Kulintang is a set of 8 nagongs in graduated sizes from largest to smallest, mounted in a wooden frame, about a meter long. Muslin carvings decorated the frame. The kulintang is played by striking the gongs with 2 pieces of wood about 12 inches long, while the player squats on the floor. This instrument is popular in Sulu. Technically, however, the term kulintang is the Maguindanao word for 8 gong kettles which are laid horizontally upon a rock, creating an entire kulintang set called apasangan. This idiophone functions as a lead or central melodic instrument for the entire ensemble. Further, kulintang is an important social property. This instrument is highly valued heirloom that can command a high price as dowries. The ownership of these instruments indicates high social status and cultivated taste. Other classification is membranophones or drum instruments. A membranophone is any musical instrument which produces sound primarily by way of vibrating stretched membrane. Example, dabakan. Other name, the dabuan in Maranao. Dabakan is a goblet-shaped drum of Maguindanao and Maranao, which has a single head covered with goat, lizard, or snakeskin, but the membrane could also be made of carabao skin. It is struck with 2 thin bamboo sticks about 18 inches in length. In this part of the lesson, let us tackle about the musical ensembles of Mindanao. Musical ensembles are groups of musicians performing instrumental music together. So, here are the musical ensembles from Mindanao. We have kulintang ensemble. It is a gong-based ensemble used by the Maguindanao and the Maranao of Western Mindanao, the Tausog, the Yakan, and the Samabadjao of the Sulu archipelago. Common instruments are kulintang, and agong. We have also bamboo ensemble. According to the Philippine legends, the first man and woman came out from a bamboo. Bamboo is also considered among early Filipinos as a spiritual connection from our physical world to the spiritual. Many bamboo instruments were made for this purpose, while some were used for entertainment and personal expression. The different manners in playing bamboo instrument include blowing, shaking, or hitting, and plucking. Some common instruments are gabang and sirong gagandi. This time, let's move on to solo instrument. Solo means alone, literally. Henceforth, a solo instrument can be performed alone or supported by an accompanying instrument or set of instruments. Some common instruments are kudyapi and suling. Now that we are done with our discussion about the musical instrument of Mindanao, let us see if you can still remember what we have discussed, and let us assess what you have learned so far. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the jumbled letters and arrange them to form the correct word. Are you now ready? That's great. Let's begin. First, we have Y, A, K, U, P, I, D. What word would that be? Y, A, K, U, P, I, D. What word would that be? Yes, you got it right. Kudyapi. Second, K, I, L, A, C, U, N, G. K, I, L, A, C, U, N, G. What word would that be? Yes, correct. It is kulintang. Third, we have L, U, S, I, N, G. Number 3, L, U, S, I, N, G. What word would that be? Suling. You are doing great. Fourth and the last jumbled letters. U, N, G, A, G. U, N, G, A, G. The correct word is agong. Great! Now, let us check. How will you have understood our topic? In this episode, for our activity, I will read the question twice and the option twice. You are given 5 seconds to answer each item. Shall we begin? All right. Number 1. It is a large rim gong vertically suspended, hang in a wooden frame. A. Gabang. B. Kudyapi. C. Agong. D. Suling. Again, it is a large, deep-rimmed gong, vertically suspended, hung in a wooden frame. A. Gabang. B. Kudyapi. C. Agong. D. Suling. Time's up. The correct answer is letter C. Agong. Very good. Let's proceed to the next item. Number 2. Made mainly of tamyang bamboo, a long 10-walled bamboo tube. A. Kulintang. B. Suling. C. Agong. D. Gabang. Number 2. Made mainly of tamyang bamboo, a long 10-walled bamboo tube. A. Kulintang. B. Suling. C. Agong. D. Gabang. The correct answer is letter B. Suling. Great! Moving on to the next item. Number 3. Which musical instrument is guitar-like made of bamboo, cut before one note and after the next? Two chords are slit loose side by side from the outer skin fibers of the bamboo and are given tension through bridges. A. Sirung gagandi. B. Suling. C. Agong. D. Gabang. Number 3. Which musical instruments is guitar-like made of bamboo, cut before one note and after the next? The two chords are slit loose side by side from the outer skin of the fibers of the bamboo and are given tension through bridges. A. Sirung gagandi. B. Suling. C. Agong. D. Gabang. The correct answer is letter A. Sirung gagandi. Excellent. Number 4. It is the main instrument in Mindanao, which is composed of graduated gongs and are tuned according to the pentatonic scale. A. Agong. B. Kudyapi. C. Kulintang. D. Suling. Number 4. It is the main instrument in Mindanao, which is composed of graduated gongs and are tuned according to the pentatonic scale. A. Agong. B. Kudyapi. C. Kulintang. D. Suling. The correct answer is letter C. Kulintang. Number 5. It is a string instrument made of wood that resembles an elongated guitar, usually having 2 strings. A. Agong. B. Kudyapi. C. Kulintang. D. Suling. Number 5. It is a string instrument made of wood that resembles an elongated guitar, usually having 2 strings. A. Agong. B. Kudyapi. C. Kulintang. D. Suling. The correct answer is letter B. Kudyapi. Excellent. Alright, and that wrapped up our very short quiz for today. Good job, dear learners! I hope you have learned from our episode today and may this help you for your everyday life. I am very glad that I am able to share significant learnings to you. This is your teacher broadcaster, Teacher Judessa. Goodbye.
Wow! A very interesting topic indeed. Thank you, Teacher Jodessa. Thank you for tuning in, our students and listeners. Hope you learned something today. Stay tuned for our next session here at TV High, the School on the Air program of Tagum City National High School. This is your teacher host, Teacher Yvette. Keep safe, everyone. Have a great day ahead. Makisabay, matuto at maglakbay dito sa TV High.
Makisabay, matuto't maglakbay sa TV High.